All right. Let me talk about the time I joined Twitter as an artist, um, which was like probably like 2 years back or like a year ago. I can't really remember. I've been through so many Twitter accounts. So my first account didn't start as an art account. It was just like a account where I just post some stuff on it. Some stuff I liked, some random stuff. I did have like a couple of followers. And then after that, I decided to delete my Twitter account because that first account I had, it got so negative and toxic. It's like a bunch of people kept coming out of the woodwork just to come at me for saying, like, sharing my mind and stuff. And on Twitter, they known for that stuff. Like, you can't say something like an opinion or something that you like, and then people would just come out of the woodwork and be offended about what you said. It's stupid. I don't know you. I'm okay with people sharing their opinions, but I'm not gonna be butthurt and just because somebody says something negative or something you don't like, I'm not gonna be butthurt and just trying to like make it seem like what I'm saying is going to change somebody else's mind, because it's not going to change anybody else's mind. But back to what I'm saying, I started a new account, I think it was last year, 2 years ago, my current account that I deleted recently. But I decided to share more art on there. First, the account started off as me sharing my collection and stuff that I like. Then I decided I want to share my art. One thing I noticed about when it comes to being an artist on Twitter is not easy at all. It is not easy at all. So when I first started posting my art on Twitter, like, I would just get views and stuff, and people like profile clicks. But what I've noticed about being an artist on Twitter is everything is backwards. It don't matter what your art looks like. And if you draw, like, say if you draw a picture that looks exactly like the source material, even if you draw something that looks exactly like the source material, nobody's going to give crap on Twitter. They're not. But like, say if you have another artist, and then like their like stuff isn't polished all the way or something, or you know how people just, I'm not trying to bash nobody, but people who just like ain't at the point where their stuff could look very attracting, right? So their stuff is like at a basic level and they draw something, something like that would get more likes than a person who's actually like, who actually puts a lot of effort and time into stuff. I've noticed that. I also noticed that other artists like to like, some artists on Twitter like to have this friend group, and as a result they get like a lot of likes and a lot of followers because they're in a certain friend group. It's not about quality when it comes to art Twitter. As an artist on Twitter, it's not a platform that you can really grow on organically. I mean, it is, unless like the only way you can grow on Twitter organically is you coming and following random people. That's the only thing, the way I see it, because quality isn't valued on Twitter. Anytime like I had my work seen is when I had a bunch of freaking views on my art. It wasn't a bunch of likes, it was a bunch of views on it. I had reached like 1.2k before views on my art before, not a lot of likes. It's just that people come out of the woodwork when they see something they like. That's the only time that I had like any type of likes or interaction with my posts. Most of the time I noticed that people on Twitter, you post something good, they just look at your stuff like you're crazy or something. Like, oh, well, it's just like, say if you post something good and then like somebody else, like the stuff on DeviantArt main page, that stuff get more attention than stuff that you post out, despite you putting a lot of effort into it and taking a lot of hours. It's just like people look at you crazy just because you put like people put effort into their work and their stuff don't look as bad. Because I remember recently that I had drew some like anime stuff. The post got a bunch of freaking views on it, but it didn't get any likes. There, like, it was nothing wrong with the art at all. It was nothing wrong with it. I took hours on that drawing. Looked at it recently, it didn't look that bad. Thinking I went like, I just got a bunch of views and profile clicks. That's the only thing I used to get all the time. Profile clicks. The only time that I got any likes was just drawing fan art. I had people asking me for requests and stuff. And then the only time you get attention from other artists is when you're looking for like commissions. I have noticed that every time I used to post looking for somebody to do a commission for me, they just come out of the woodwork and just like bombard your account. And like, that's the craziest thing. That is the craziest thing that has ever happened to me recently. I ended up deleting my Twitter account because I didn't want to be on it anymore. Because first of all, I felt horrible being on Twitter. I just did. As an artist, the only thing that Twitter is good at is getting your work seen, not getting likes or engagement at all. It's just you get your work seen by more people, and that's it. But the reason why I deleted my account is, you know, people, I feel like as though I was an outsider just because my like, I felt like an outsider because my art, it just didn't appeal to nobody, despite me just taking my time, effort, put on my work. I take hours to, sometimes it takes me like minutes, like a lot of minutes to put my stuff together. I take my time on my work, and sometimes it doesn't. But it just, I understand how artists feel when you take so much time, you put on your work, and then you post it, and then like a bunch of people just don't even give you like, they don't even try to welcome you or just, it ain't even that, but they don't even try to take the time to just check out people's work and just at least try to make people feel good. And the art Twitter is not very open when it comes to artists trying to get out there and get their work seen. They are not very open, and I don't think Twitter is a good platform for like growing an art audience. The only way you can get seen on it is if you're drawing something out of the ordinary. That's the only time you draw something that meets people's standards. But other than that, even if you're an artist, other artists are not gonna follow you. They got these big artists with them big heads that if you come in on their posters, they're gonna ignore you because you don't have enough followers. People like that, people who think they're experts at art just because their artwork break 1K likes or something like that. You got people like that. You got people who is considered your friend, or people who know you and are familiar with you on another platform. They won't even follow you. They'll like your work but won't even follow you. And like I said, I came across a bunch of people, some people on Reddit, who said, is Twitter a good platform for artists, or why is Twitter so hard to grow on as an artist? And yeah, I shared my thoughts too. I'm like, it's just not easy to grow on because, like, first of all, it's hard gaining a following base. It don't matter what your art looks like. I mean, it don't matter if your art good or not, because I've seen a bunch of good artists that had like one follower base. Even if you try to engage with other people who has like a low following, but they have good work and you just want to follow them, they're not gonna follow you back either. It's just like a bunch of selfish artists on Twitter platforms. Selfish artists are everywhere, but when you trying to engage and interact with other people as artists, it's like they don't even want to give you the time of day, or they don't want to engage with anybody. Some of these people is just don't even waste your time. That's why me as an artist, that's why I didn't go out of my way to follow people, because it is what it is. They're not gonna always follow you. Even if you make something that's similar to yours and you inside of the same community, these people are not gonna be your friends and they're not gonna follow you. They're not gonna take the time to check out your work. It's just them like yourself, and they just want you to follow them and like they posts. It's the same thing on every platform. We in the same community, but they're not gonna give you the time of day. And it's just crazy. And like I said, even if you got friends on Twitter, I was telling these people that even if you got friends on Twitter, they're not gonna take the time to follow you because they think they're very important people because of amount of numbers and stuff. This and that, and also the art style thing. Like, you can draw anime on Twitter. And I've seen this artist, she drew anime fan art. Her art looked good. Didn't get not one like on it. Despite her, she's a very talented artist. Whatever, I can tell that she took her time on the work. But if it's somebody else with over 1K, they're gonna kiss their butts, but they're not gonna take the time to just go check out this artist's work and just try to interact with posts, because the people like this, they're always like that on this platform. That's why I don't think Twitter is a good platform for artists to look and to grow an audience and get their work seen. The only way you're gonna get your work seen is if you draw something out of the ordinary and your posts just get constantly clicked. That's what happened to my posts, is they reached 1K despite having not one like, not even a lot of likes. They just reached 1K and that's it. I had this account for a very long time. It has not grown any followers over the amount of time. The only way I grow followers is if I interact and comment on people's posts. But other than that, even if you're a creator trying to create stuff, they're not gonna give you the time of day. I remember I was posting my YouTube content on Twitter. There's just a bunch of bots engaging with me. That's another thing that I don't understand when it comes to Twitter too. Bots. It's just a bunch of that stuff. It was just constantly all the people, all that stuff on my page. I got sick and tired of it. I deleted it, and then that stuff I was telling y'all about earlier. Just artists just come out of nowhere when you say you want a commission or something. That's the only time they butts is around anything. Is when something like money is involved. So I got sick and tired of trying to promote my art on there, trying to promote stuff that I create, and I just deleted my account recently. I'm not planning on going back either. I'm just done with it. Art Twitter is bad for artists. It's terrible. And I want advice. If you're a good artist and you know a good artist, then like branch out. Twitter isn't the last place that you can post art on. It's several other different places. Just don't waste your time being on there, because the only way you're gonna get any type of attention is if you're catering to a certain audience. Something that's out of the ordinary. I keep saying something that's out of the ordinary, because they don't give a crap if you put effort and quality in your work. Most of the time on Twitter, it's about friends and stroking each other's egos, basically. That's the only way. Because as an artist, you would think other artists would try to be supportive of you too, but no, it's not like that on this site. It's just like, oh, I got this amount of followers, I got a big head, and I'm so better than you. That's what it is. Oh yeah, your art is good, but I don't care, because, well, I don't care. I got a friend group, despite their work not even being that good. I got a friend group, and I can just go to these people instead, and I don't care if your work is good. That's basically what art Twitter is. I don't care that your work is good, yada yada yada. Even though you took a lot of time on the effort, I'm just gonna pay attention to this person who has a bunch of friends and who always kisses up to people. They do not care about quality out here. Twitter, most of the time the artists pour on the front page, it looks like the front page of DeviantArt most of the time. It's just ridiculous. But yeah, art Twitter is just a waste of time. It's hard to grow on Twitter as an artist. They're not gonna tell you that. And even if you take time on your art, it's still not gonna give you a lot of attention. So you should go to a different place. I think Blue Sky is much better than Twitter, anyways, and you guys should consider using Blue Sky instead. But that's all I gotta say about our Twitter.